The deep black of space stretched forever, cold and endless, with only distant stars blinking like quiet guardians. Among them moved a small human ship named Aurora. It was not a warship, not a mighty vessel of empire, but a humble explorer built by human hands. Its purpose was simple: to travel where no one else had gone, to map new systems, and to learn. Inside the ship walked Adam, a man whose heart carried both courage and curiosity. He had chosen this life not for riches but for the call of the unknown. While many on Earth stayed within safe borders, Adam and his crew had sailed across the star sea to find what waited beyond. On this mission, they had reached a system far from all trade routes. Its sun was pale and quiet, its planets barren. At first glance, it seemed lifeless. But Adam believed that in places most ignored, secrets often slept. The crew of Aurora was small. There was Lena, a sharp pilot who trusted her instincts more than machines. There was Samir, the engineer, who could make broken parts sing again. And there was Noah, a young navigator whose eyes always shone with wonder. Together they trusted Adam to lead them, though they often teased him for his stubborn sense of duty. As the ship circled one of the rocky planets, sensors picked up something strange. A signal flickered from the surface, weak and broken, like a dying voice calling through the silence. "Captain, you need to see this," Lena said, pointing at the screen. "It's not natural. Looks like a distress beacon, but the design is unknown." Adam leaned forward, eyes narrowing. "Unknown means important. Bring us closer." Samir frowned. "Could be a trap. Pirates sometimes fake beacons." "Not this far out," Adam replied. "No pirate hides in dead space. Someone needs help." The Aurora descended into the thin atmosphere of the barren world. Dust storms whirled across the surface, and jagged rocks jutted like broken teeth. Among them lay the wreck of a ship, half buried in the sand. Its shape was unlike anything human. Smooth silver curves, wings folded like the fins of a great sea creature, lights faintly glowing though most of its frame was shattered. The crew's eyes widened. Humanity had met a few alien races before, but never had they seen a ship like this. It was both beautiful and tragic, a fallen bird that once soared the heavens. "Life signs?" Adam asked. Noah checked his scanner. "1. Very faint. Deep inside." Adam did not hesitate. "Prepare gear. We go in." They armed themselves not with weapons but with lights, medical kits, and breathing masks. The ship's hull was cracked open, so they climbed inside carefully, guided by the weak glow of alien panels. Strange symbols covered the walls, their meaning unknown, yet Adam felt awe instead of fear. Here was proof of another people, another culture, and it had come to rest in his path. The air was thin and filled with a faint hum, as if the ship itself still dreamed. As they pushed deeper, the scanner beeped faster, guiding them to the source of life. At last, in what looked like the command chamber, they found her. She lay slumped near a console, her body wrapped in flowing fabric that shimmered like liquid starlight. Her skin was pale with a faint glow beneath, almost as if light lived inside her veins. Her hair, long and silver, spread around her like a halo. Adam froze, his heart thundering. She was not just any alien. She was unlike anything his eyes had ever seen. There was beauty, yes, but more than that there was fragility, as if she was a flame about to go out. Lena whispered, "Is she alive?" Noah checked the scanner again. "Barely. Her body is weak. I don't know how, but she is holding on." Samir shook his head. "We can't treat her. Our medkits are made for humans." But Adam knelt beside her, brushing dust from her face. Her eyelids fluttered, and for a moment her eyes opened. They were bright, glowing like twin moons, filled with pain yet also with will. She tried to speak. The words were broken, but clear enough. "Help, please." The crew froze. A being from beyond the stars had spoken in their tongue, even if only a little. Adam answered softly, "We will help you. You are safe now." She shook her head weakly, as if she did not believe. Then her voice came again, trembling. "Ship, fallen. Guards, gone. Must, survive." Her body shuddered, and Adam realized she was on the edge of death. Something inside him, something human, refused to let her slip away. He stood quickly. "Get the stretcher. We're taking her back to the Aurora." Samir protested. "Captain, this could bring danger. We don't know what she is." Adam's voice was firm. "She is alive. That is enough." They carried her gently, protecting her from the dust storms as they rushed back to the ship. Once inside, they placed her in the medical chamber. The machines beeped in confusion, not built for her kind. Still, they tried what they could. Oxygen mix adjusted, fluids prepared, warmth restored. For long minutes, the alien princess, though they did not yet know her title, lay still. Then her chest rose a little stronger, her eyes flickering open again. She looked at Adam directly, as if she had chosen him alone from all others. "Who, you?" she whispered. "Adam," he said simply. "A human. You are safe now." Her lips trembled. "Safe, no. Danger, still near." Before Adam could ask, alarms sounded across the Aurora. The beacon from the wreck had stopped. Something in the sky above was moving. But Adam's thoughts remained on the fragile figure before him. Whoever she was, whatever danger she carried, she was now their responsibility. And in that moment, the fate of both humanity and her people quietly shifted. For Adam had chosen to answer a call in the dark, and the galaxy would remember. The hum of the Aurora's medical bay filled the air, steady and cold. Strange lights blinked over the alien woman lying on the bed. Adam stood at her side, watching the machines try and fail to read her body. The monitors showed only broken lines and meaningless symbols. She was alive, but just barely. Her skin glowed faintly as though a hidden fire burned weak inside her veins. Her breath was shallow. Each rise of her chest seemed like a battle. Adam clenched his fists, feeling helpless. Humans had medicine, yes, but their tools were built for human flesh, not for someone like her. Lena paced the room with restless steps. "Captain, this is dangerous. We don't know what she carries. What if her sickness spreads to us?" Samir crossed his arms. "And even if it doesn't, what can we do? Our medkits cannot heal her. This is beyond us." Noah, the youngest, leaned close to the bed. His eyes were wide with awe, not fear. "She is beautiful. Look at her, Captain. She trusted you when she opened her eyes. We cannot give up." Adam nodded slowly. "We will not. She is alive. That means there is a way." As if hearing them, the alien stirred. Her glowing eyes opened halfway, her lips moving weakly. Adam bent closer to hear. "Name." "Myra," she whispered. "I must live. My people need me." Her voice cracked like broken glass, and a tear rolled down her pale cheek. Adam's heart tightened. Whoever she was, she carried more than her own life on her shoulders. "Myra," Adam said softly. I am Adam. This is my crew. You are safe here. Her eyes flickered, filled with both hope and despair. Not safe, sickness, killing me. Only cure, gone. Need, living essence. The words made no sense to the crew. Samir frowned deeply. Living essence? What does that mean? We cannot treat riddles. But Adam stayed calm. He had learned in his years of travel that patience often opened doors. Myra, he asked gently, tell us. What is living essence? Her hand shook as she lifted it weakly, pointing at the medical devices. Not machine. Not drug. Only, life itself. Only blood. The room fell into silence. Blood. Lena repeated in disbelief. She means a transfusion? From who? From what? Her body isn't human. Our blood will kill her. Samir shook his head firmly. This is madness. We cannot even match human blood without care, and she is not even of our species. It would be poison. But Myra's eyes burned with fragile fire. My people, lost, cure. Long ago. Your kind, holds, spark. I feel it. Must try. If not, I die. Adam looked into her eyes and saw no trick, no lie. Only desperation and truth. She believed what she said. Noah stepped forward, his voice trembling with excitement. Captain, what if she is right? What if something in us can help her? Humanity has survived diseases for thousands of years. Maybe our blood does carry something special. Lena turned sharply. Or maybe it kills her instantly. Do you want that on your hands? Adam stayed silent for a moment. He looked at Myra again, at her fading light, her thin breath. He knew what command training would tell him: avoid risk, protect the crew, stay away from unknown danger. But something deeper in him, something human, refused. Humans did not walk away from life begging for help. He finally spoke. If there is even a chance, I will do it. The room burst into protest. Captain, no. Lena cried. You cannot put yourself in danger. If you die, we are lost out here. Samir slammed his hand on the console. This is reckless. You don't even know what she is. She could be lying, using you for something else. Adam raised his voice, steady and strong. Enough. Look at her. Does that look like a liar? She is dying, and we are the only ones here. Humanity is not made to stand aside. We act. That is who we are. Silence followed. They all knew his stubbornness. When Adam made a choice, nothing could turn him. He turned back to Myra and gave a small nod. If my blood can help, take it. Myra's glowing eyes widened. For the first time, she looked not only desperate but also moved, as though she had never seen such a gift before. Her lips trembled. You would give life to me? Adam answered simply. Yes. Samir sighed in defeat. If you insist, at least let me set it up properly. If this kills you both, I want to know I did it right. He prepared the equipment carefully. Needles, tubes, and a device that could channel the blood. The alien ship had carried strange tools, and Myra weakly guided Samir to one of them, a crystal-like injector. It seemed designed for essence exchange. With a mix of human gear and alien design, they prepared a connection. Adam sat down beside her bed, rolling up his sleeve. His heart pounded, but his face stayed calm. Myra reached out a trembling hand and touched his arm gently, almost reverently. "You are brave," she whispered. "Not brave," Adam said. "Only human." Samir connected the line. Red human blood began to flow, carried into the alien device, and then into Myra. For a moment, nothing happened. Her body lay still, pale and fragile. The machines beeped uncertainly. Lena held her breath. Noah gripped the edge of the console with white knuckles. Then, slowly, a change began. The faint glow under her skin brightened, flowing stronger like fire rising from ashes. Her breathing grew deeper, more steady. The lines on the screen began to form patterns instead of chaos. Adam felt his strength weaken slightly as his blood left him, but he kept his eyes on Myra. Her eyelids fluttered, and when they opened, her glowing gaze met his directly. "It works," she whispered, voice stronger than before. "Your blood carries the spark." The crew gasped. Samir muttered, "Impossible." But Adam only gave a small smile, even as sweat beaded on his forehead. "Then you will live." Myra's hand grasped his firmly, holding it with surprising strength for someone who had been so weak. Tears shimmered in her glowing eyes. "You have given me more than life. You have given me hope." Adam leaned back, pale from the blood loss, but his voice was steady. "Then promise me one thing. Survive. Whatever it takes, survive." Myra nodded slowly, her glow spreading brighter across her body. The machines continued to stabilize, and the impossible truth settled over the room. Against all logic, against all science, human blood had saved an alien princess. The medical bay was quiet except for the steady hum of the machines. Myra rested on the bed, her body glowing faintly but stronger than before. Adam sat nearby, pale from the blood he had given, yet he refused to leave her side. His crew stood in silence, each carrying their own thoughts. Lena finally spoke, her arms crossed tightly. "Captain, you nearly killed yourself. That was madness. You do not even know what she is or what she brings to us." Adam raised his eyes slowly. "I know she was dying. That was enough." Samir shook his head. "One act of kindness is noble, but you risked our mission, your life, and maybe even our safety. What if her kind are enemies? What if helping her brings war to humanity?" Noah, standing near the monitor, turned quickly. His voice was filled with youthful fire. "Or what if helping her brings peace? What if this is why we are out here, to meet others, to prove we are not selfish, not afraid?" The room grew tense. Each voice carried truth. Adam listened, but his eyes stayed on Myra. Her breathing was steadier now, though her face showed exhaustion. She turned her head slightly toward him and whispered with weak strength. "You gave me life. But your blood cannot save me forever. It buys only time." Her words struck the crew like cold wind. "What do you mean?" Adam asked softly. "My sickness," Myra explained slowly, pausing to catch breath between words, "is not simple. My people, royal line, carries curse of blood. It weakens us through generations. I was near end. Your blood has slowed it, healed part of me. But without more, I will still fall." Silence followed. Adam felt his jaw tighten. "Then I will give more." Lena almost shouted. "No. Absolutely not. Captain, you gave once, and look at you now. Another time and you may not rise again. We cannot afford this." Samir nodded firmly. "We are deep in unknown space. If you collapse, if we lose you, what happens to us?" One life cannot carry another forever. Myra lifted her hand weakly, reaching toward Adam. I do not ask you to die. I only ask for a chance. Your blood carries spark my people lost. Why? I do not know. But I feel it. With more, maybe I can survive long enough to find cure. Her glowing eyes locked with his. But choice is yours. I cannot take what you do not give. Adam sat in silence, his heart torn. He felt the weakness in his body from the first transfusion. His muscles were heavy, his skin pale. Logic screamed that Lena and Samir were right. Giving more might end him. But when he looked at Myra, at the fragile hope in her gaze, he knew what his answer would be. Humans had always been called reckless dreamers. They built fragile ships to cross oceans, fragile rockets to pierce skies, and fragile bodies to wander stars. But in that fragility was courage, the courage to risk for more. He took a deep breath. If my blood can keep you alive, I will give it again. No, Lena said, her voice breaking. Captain, you cannot do this. Please listen to reason. Adam turned to her, his voice steady. Reason would leave her to die. Reason would walk away. But we are human, Lena. We are more than reason. Noah smiled faintly, as if proud. Samir groaned in frustration, rubbing his forehead. You are stubborn as stone. Fine. If you insist, I will prepare it. But if you die, do not expect me to forgive you. Adam gave a small smile. Fair enough. But before anything more could be done, Myra spoke again. Her voice was stronger now, filled with sudden urgency. Wait. Not yet. Your blood is gift, but if we do not understand why it works, it may fail. There is more at play than we see. She sat up slightly, wincing but determined. My people's sickness began when we lost connection to the essence of life long ago. We searched stars, built empires, but could not find it. Now I see it lives in you, in humanity. I must know why. That knowledge may save not just me, but my people. Adam frowned. How do we learn this? We do not even understand your language fully, let alone your science. Myra touched the crystal-like device on the table. This holds memory of my ship, my ancestors' knowledge. With your machines, maybe we can join them, translate, understand. Samir looked doubtful but curious. If it can connect with our system, maybe. But this is alien technology. It could burn out our ship. Myra shook her head gently. Or it could show truth that has slept for ages. The crew exchanged glances. The choice was not only about Adam's blood now. It was about risking their ship, their mission, their lives, for knowledge that might not even make sense to them. Adam leaned forward, his voice calm but firm. We came out here to explore. To learn. To find what waits in the dark. This is it. This is why humanity sails the stars. We cannot turn away. He looked at each of his crew. Lena's face was tight with worry, Samir's with doubt, Noah's with excitement. Then he looked back at Myra, who stared at him as if he were her last light in the universe. I choose to help you, Adam said. Not just with blood. With everything we have. For a long moment, silence held the room. Then Myra lowered her head, her voice trembling. I thought your kind were small, fragile, bound to one world. But you are larger than I dreamed. Thank you, Adam of Earth. Her words settled over the crew like a weight and a promise. Humanity had been judged many times by other races as weak, reckless, unprepared. But here, in a quiet medical bay, one act of choice had reshaped that image. Adam stood, though his body still felt weak. Samir, prepare the link between our system and her device. Noah, stay on translation duty. Lena, keep our orbit stable. We do not know what may come, but we are staying. Lena sighed heavily but nodded. Samir muttered complaints but began his work. Noah smiled eagerly and hurried to assist. Myra lay back, her glow steady, her eyes watching Adam with both wonder and trust. She had asked for life, and he had given it. She had asked for choice, and he had chosen. And though the path ahead was filled with danger and unknown shadows, one truth was clear. Humanity would not walk away. The choice had been made. The Aurora floated silently above the barren planet, a lone human ship carrying secrets far greater than it was built for. Inside, the crew worked with tense focus. In the medical bay, Myra rested, her glow faint but steady. Adam remained close, his face pale from the blood he had given, yet his eyes sharp with determination. Samir bent over the console, connecting cables from the human computer to the strange crystal device Myra had given them. Sparks crackled as the systems struggled to understand each other. Captain, this is insane. Our technology was never made to speak with alien crystals. I could fry our whole system trying to link them. Then be careful, Adam said firmly. But make it work. Noah leaned beside him, watching the shifting lights on the device with excitement. Look at it. It's alive somehow. Not just a machine. It feels like it's waiting for us. Lena stood near the door, arms crossed, keeping her eyes on the screens. Waiting to help or waiting to destroy, that is the question. But Myra, lying weakly on the bed, whispered with soft strength. It will not harm. It holds memory of my people. It knows we need truth. Adam trusted her words. He had seen the honesty in her eyes, and his instincts told him she was not leading them to ruin. Still, he knew the risk was real. Linking human and alien systems could mean salvation or disaster. At last, Samir gave a heavy sigh. Connection ready. Starting interface now. The room dimmed as the crystal pulsed with light. Lines of strange symbols appeared across the human screens, flowing like rivers of stars. The translation system struggled, flashing unknown characters before slowly forming broken words. Life, essence, spark, lost, the screen repeated. Myra's eyes widened. She struggled to sit up. Yes. That is it. The spark. My ancestors spoke of it. Long ago, we had it. But through time, through pride, through war, we lost it. Without it, our bloodline grew weaker, generation by generation. Adam asked quietly, and you believe humanity kept this spark? Myra nodded with trembling certainty. I felt it when your blood touched mine. It is there. Alive, burning bright. Your kind holds what we lost. The crew exchanged glances. Lena's expression softened slightly, while Noah's eyes lit up with awe. Samir rubbed his chin, muttering, if that is true, then humanity is not just another race in the stars. We are carrying something even the mighty lost. The crystal pulsed again, brighter now. Images filled the screen, scenes of Myra's people in ages past. Towering cities of light, ships like great birds flying through endless skies, a civilization strong and proud. Then came images of decline, illness, failing rulers, dimming glows in their veins. Wars erupted, thrones fell, empires broke. And finally, silence. Myra lowered her head, sadness shadowing her face. We became shadows of what we once were. I was last of royal line, chosen to find cure. But I failed. My guards died. My ship fell. I thought I would end here. She turned her glowing eyes to Adam. But then you came. You, with your fragile ship, your fragile body, yet your strong heart. And your blood brought life where none should have been. Adam felt a shiver run through him. It was not pride but weight. The idea that humanity carried something ancient, something even an old race had lost, was too large to ignore. Samir leaned back from the console. I do not understand how human blood could be cure for an alien sickness. It makes no sense. Myra shook her head weakly. It is not about sense. It is about essence. Life is more than cells and numbers. There is fire in you that science cannot measure. That fire is what my people lost. Noah whispered, almost to himself, that means humanity was chosen. Or maybe we just never gave it up. Adam rose from his chair, standing tall though his body still felt weak. Whatever the reason, it means we are connected. Humanity is not alone in the galaxy. We are part of something greater. The crystal device pulsed again, brighter than before, as if agreeing. Then suddenly, Myra's body jolted. Her glow flared, spreading across her skin like sunrise. She gasped, clutching her chest. Adam rushed to her side. Myra, what's happening? Her voice trembled with awe. Your blood, it is not just healing. It is waking something inside me. Something that has slept for centuries. Her glow grew brighter, filling the room with light. The machines beeped wildly, unable to measure what was happening. Lena shielded her eyes. Captain, she's burning up. No, Myra whispered, her voice strong now. Not burning. Rising. Her body lifted slightly from the bed, as if the light within carried her. The glow spread into the crystal, which flared with brilliant radiance. Symbols poured across the screens faster than the crew could follow. The translation system managed only fragments. Spark restored, connection renewed, life returns. Then, with a final flash, the glow softened. Myra lay back on the bed, her breathing calm, her face no longer pale but vibrant. Her eyes opened wide, shining brighter than before. Adam stared at her in silence, awe filling his chest. She looked stronger, alive in a way that had seemed impossible moments ago. Samir's jaw dropped. That was not medicine. That was a miracle. Myra turned her gaze to Adam. Not miracle. Choice. Your choice to give when reason said no. Your blood gave me life, but your courage gave me more. It woke the spark inside me. Noah whispered with excitement, does this mean she is cured? Myra shook her head gently. Not fully. I am stable now, but the sickness still lingers. Yet with the spark awake, I can fight it. I can last long enough to return to my people. And with your blood, perhaps even restore them. The crew fell silent at her words. The weight of them was heavy. Humanity had not just saved one life, they might hold the key to saving an entire race. Adam took a deep breath, his voice calm. Then we will not stop here. We will see you return home. Whatever it takes. Myra's glowing eyes softened, filled with gratitude. You risked everything for me. I will never forget. My people will never forget. Samir rubbed his face, still shaken. Captain, do you understand what this means? If word spreads, if others learn our blood carries this spark, every power in the galaxy will want it. They will come for us. Adam nodded slowly. Then let them. Humanity has faced storms before. We do not run from them. We rise. The crew exchanged glances, each realizing the truth. Their small ship, their small mission, had just grown into something far larger. Lena finally sighed and gave a small smile. You really know how to drag us into trouble, Captain. Adam smiled faintly back. It is not trouble. It is purpose. Myra closed her eyes briefly, her glow steady and warm. The galaxy believed my people would fade. But because of you, because of humanity, there is hope again. And in that quiet medical bay, surrounded by the hum of machines and the faint pulse of alien light, a miracle had taken place. Not one of science, but of spirit. For against all logic, human blood had not only saved a life. It had awakened something ancient, something powerful, something that would change the fate of more than one world. The Aurora drifted in orbit, a fragile vessel carrying a truth far greater than its hull could hold. Inside, the crew gathered in the command room, the glow of Myra's crystal device casting strange shadows across their faces. The alien princess sat among them, still weak yet far stronger than before. Her skin shone with faint light, her eyes clear and steady. Samir stared at the screen filled with flowing alien symbols, rubbing his temples. I still cannot believe it. Her body accepts your blood as if you were of the same kind. It makes no sense in science. Myra shook her head softly. It makes sense beyond science. My people once carried what you now carry. We lost it, but you kept it safe across the ages. Humanity holds the spark, the living fire. That is why your blood gives me strength. Adam leaned forward, his eyes sharp with curiosity. Myra, you said your people lost this spark long ago. How did it happen? The crystal pulsed with light, and images began to appear on the screen. The crew watched silently as visions unfolded. First, they saw Myra's people in their golden age. Cities of crystal towers stretched to the sky, starships soared like shining wings across the void. The people themselves glowed brightly, their bodies filled with energy and life. They were strong, graceful, and united. Then the images shifted. Wars broke out between rival factions. Pride and greed poisoned their unity. The spark, once passed through their bloodline, began to weaken. Generations later, their rulers no longer carried the full fire. Children were born weaker, their glow fading earlier with each century. Why did it vanish? Noah asked, his voice filled with awe. Myra's face was heavy with sorrow. Because we turned away from what gave it life. The spark grows with humility, with courage, with sacrifice. My people grew proud, seeking only power. They lost the heart that fed it. And without the heart, the fire faded. The screen showed a final vision: royal heirs sick and fragile, their bodies failing while their people looked on with fear. Temples closed, palaces crumbled, and once great ships drifted powerless. Myra lowered her head. I was the last chosen. My bloodline was near its end. I was sent to seek cure among the stars. I believed it hopeless. And then, Adam, I met you. The crew turned to Adam, who sat quietly, his face unreadable. Myra looked at him with steady eyes. Your blood carries what mine lost. But it is more than blood. It is the spirit behind it. You gave it freely, with no demand, no promise. That act woke the spark within me. It proves that your kind has carried the fire not in veins alone but in the heart. Lena's voice was soft, almost trembling. Are you saying humanity might be the true guardians of this spark? Myra nodded. Yes. You are smaller than many races, your ships weaker, your worlds fewer. But your heart is vast. Where others see weakness, I see strength. You give when others would take. That is why the spark burns in you. The room was silent. Each of them felt the weight of her words. Humanity had always seen itself as young among the stars, untested, often underestimated. Yet here was a princess of a once mighty people saying that humans carried what her kind had lost. Samir broke the silence, his tone uneasy. If this is true, then others will want it. If word spreads that human blood carries the cure to a dying empire, we will not be left alone. Every power in the galaxy will come for us. Adam's gaze was calm. Then we face them. Humanity has never survived by hiding. We survive by standing. Myra reached out and touched his hand gently, her voice soft but steady. You speak like a leader, Adam of Earth. My people will see it too. They will see that humanity is not small. You have given me life. But you have also given me proof that hope still exists. Noah leaned forward, eyes bright with wonder. Does this mean you can restore your people now? Myra shook her head. Not yet. I carry the spark again, but I am only one. To heal my people, I must bring them more. I must show them that humanity carries what we lost. That is why I must return. Lena frowned. And what happens when they learn it comes from us? What if they try to take it by force? Myra's eyes glowed brighter. I will not allow it. I will speak for you. I will tell them the truth that humanity gave freely when others would not. That is the difference. That is what must be protected. Adam stood, his decision clear. Then we will see you home. We will not leave this half-finished. The galaxy needs to know the truth, but it will hear it from you. Samir muttered, This is madness, Captain. We are just one small ship. We cannot carry the weight of empires. Adam looked at him firmly. History has never been written by empires alone. Sometimes it is written by those who make a single choice, at the right moment. Myra's lips curved in the faintest smile. You remind me of the leaders my people once had, long ago. Brave, foolish, but true. The crystal pulsed again, as if answering. More images appeared this time not of her people, but of Earth. Somehow, the device had touched the ship's records. It showed humans through history, builders raising stone towers, sailors crossing oceans, astronauts stepping onto the moon. Struggles, failures, victories, sacrifices. The crew watched in awe as their own story was laid bare, side by side with Myra's. Two peoples, separated by time and stars, yet bound by a thread unseen. Myra's voice was soft, filled with reverence. Do you see? You were never alone. Our histories are mirrors. Where we fell, you endured. Where we grew proud, you stayed humble. And now, you carry what we lost. Tears stung Noah's eyes. We are not just explorers, are we? We are something more. Adam placed a hand on his shoulder. We are human. And that is enough. The room grew quiet, but the silence was not heavy. It was filled with meaning, with the weight of discovery. They were no longer just a small crew in a forgotten corner of space. They carried the spark of a future greater than any of them had imagined. Myra leaned back, her glow steady, her strength returning. I will return to my people with this truth. I will tell them that hope came not from ancient power, but from humanity. And if they accept it, then perhaps an alliance can be born. Lena gave a small smile at last. Then let us prepare for that journey. Adam nodded firmly. We leave when you are ready, Myra. Together. And so, within the fragile hull of the Aurora, the fate of two peoples quietly bound itself together. Humanity, once dismissed as weak, had been revealed as the keeper of something greater than power, the living spark of life and spirit. The Aurora moved slowly through the silent stretch of space, its engines humming with steady rhythm. Inside, the crew was restless. They all knew what awaited them at the end of their journey. Myra's people were coming, and with them, the weight of truth. Adam stood at the front of the command deck, looking out the wide viewing screen. Stars glittered like sparks across the Black Sea. He thought about Earth, far behind them, and how no one on that small blue world could guess what was about to unfold. Humanity's place among the stars was about to change. Myra walked quietly into the room, her glow brighter now, her steps lighter than before. She no longer looked like someone near death. She carried herself with calm strength, though her eyes still held sorrow and caution. "You are ready to meet them," Adam said, glancing at her. "I am ready," Myra answered. "But I worry for you. My people are proud. They may not welcome the truth. They may see you only as a tool." Adam crossed his arms. "Then let them see me as they wish. What matters is that you tell them what really happened." Myra studied him for a long moment. "You are not like others I have known. You risked much for me, without promise of reward. That is why the spark rose in you. I hope my people understand, but if they do not, I will stand with you." Samir, who was listening from the navigation console, muttered under his breath, "Standing with us may not be enough if they arrive with warships." Noah shot him a sharp look. "Then let them come. We are not helpless." Lena added quietly, "We are human. We have faced worse than this, even if we did not know it at the time." Myra looked at them all, her eyes shining with emotion. "You do not fear the impossible. That is why your kind has what mine lost." Before more words could be spoken, the ship's sensors lit up. Bright symbols filled the display as Samir worked quickly. His voice rose in alarm. "They are here. Multiple signatures. Large ships. Their formation surrounds us." The viewing screen shifted, and outside the stars were suddenly blocked by massive shapes. Sleek vessels of crystal and silver shimmered in the distance, glowing like floating monuments. Their size made the Aurora look like a drifting insect beside giants. A sharp voice came over the COMM system, speaking in Myra's language. The words carried weight like a command. Myra stepped forward, listening, and then translated for the crew. "They order us to power down. They demand to know why I am with you." Adam looked at her calmly. "What do you want us to do?" "Let me speak," Myra said firmly. The COMM system opened again, this time with Myra's voice. Her words were clear, strong, and filled with authority. She told her people how she had been saved, how her illness had nearly ended her life, and how it was Adam's blood that restored her. She told them that humanity carried what their empire had lost. She told them that the spark lived on Earth, hidden in a race others thought weak. The channel went silent. For a long moment, no reply came. The silence pressed heavy across the command deck. The crew exchanged nervous glances. Then a new voice came, older, colder, filled with disbelief. Myra translated quietly for the crew. "They do not believe me. They say it is impossible. They say no small race could carry what we lost. They want proof." Myra turned to Adam, her face tense. "They will demand to see you." Adam gave a slow nod. "Then let them see me." The Aurora was drawn into the bay of the largest alien ship. Its massive doors closed behind them, sealing them inside a hangar that glittered with strange light. Soldiers in shining armor stood waiting, their faces proud and unreadable. The crew followed Myra down the ramp, Adam walking at her side. The alien guards watched him closely, their eyes cold and doubtful. An elder stepped forward, tall and stern, wearing robes that shimmered with shifting colors. His gaze fell on Myra first, then on Adam. His voice was heavy with challenge. Myra translated. "He is the High Regent. He says if what I claim is true, then this human must show the spark before them all." Adam looked at Myra. "How do I do that?" She held up the crystal device, glowing faintly in her hand. "This machine measures life essence. It will reveal the spark if it is there. I used it when you gave me blood. It will show them the same." Adam stepped forward without hesitation. The elder handed the device to Myra, watching with suspicion. She placed Adam's hand on the surface, and the crystal pulsed. For a moment nothing happened. Then light burst from it, filling the hall with brilliant glow. Gasps echoed among the soldiers and leaders. The light rose higher, brighter, until it surrounded Adam completely, casting him in radiant fire. The device sang with energy, louder and louder, until even the elder stepped back in shock. Myra's voice rang out in triumph. "Behold! The spark lives. Humanity carries it still. This man gave it freely to save me. His blood restored what we thought lost forever." The crowd murmured in disbelief, awe, and fear. The elder raised his hand for silence. His eyes locked on Adam with new weight. "If this is true, then humanity is no longer small. But if it is true, it is also dangerous. Others will covet this spark. Wars will rise for it." Adam answered firmly, his voice steady though the translation carried through Myra. "Then let them come. Humanity has never feared the storms of history. We stand, we endure, and we give when others cannot. If the spark lives in us, it is not for war. It is for life." Myra stood beside him, her glow bright as fire. "I swear before you all, this human saved me. He saved our line. He saved our hope. If you would call him weak, then you call hope itself weak. I will not allow it." The hall was silent again, but this time it was not disbelief. It was the silence of respect, of shifting hearts. The elder bowed his head slowly, the weight of ages pressing down. "Perhaps the galaxy has misjudged this race. Perhaps it is time we listen." Adam met his gaze. "We ask for nothing but truth. See us for who we are. Nothing more, nothing less." Myra lifted her voice one final time. "The age of pride ended with our fall. Let a new age rise, an age where we stand with humanity. Together we may keep the spark alive." And in that vast hall, filled with soldiers and leaders, something changed. For the first time in centuries, the alien people saw a path forward, not through their fading power, but through an alliance with the humans they had once dismissed. Adam felt the weight on his shoulders, yet he did not falter. Humanity's place among the stars had been claimed not with weapons, but with blood freely given and a courage that no empire could measure. The return was not complete yet, but it had begun. The hall of the alien capital was still bathed in the soft glow from the crystal device. Adam stood at the center, the light of the spark radiating from him. Myra remained at his side, her own glow steady and strong. Around them, the leaders and soldiers of her people watched with quiet awe, their expressions shifting from doubt to recognition. The elder, the High Regent, stepped forward again. His robes shimmered like flowing light, and his voice carried the weight of centuries. "It is as you say, Princess Myra. Humanity carries what we thought lost. The spark, the essence of life, lives in them. And this human has shown courage beyond measure. Myra bowed deeply, speaking through her translation device. We have suffered for centuries, but today, hope has returned. Through Adam, we see that life is not only in power, nor only in strength, but in the choices we make to help others. A murmur ran through the crowd. Soldiers lowered their weapons, leaders exchanged uncertain glances. The tension that had filled the hall since Adam's arrival slowly dissolved. Lena, standing near the back, let out a quiet breath. I did not expect them to listen so quickly, she whispered to Samir. Samir shook his head, eyes wide. Neither did I. This is beyond anything I imagined. Humanity, we really made a difference. Noah stepped closer to Adam. Captain, you really did it. You saved her, and now, you changed everything. Adam nodded, though his body was tired. The strain of giving blood twice, combined with the stress of the journey, weighed heavily. Yet his heart felt light. They had faced unknown danger, and they had acted with courage. And now, the impossible had become reality. The High Regent raised his hands, signaling for silence. We must decide how to move forward. The spark is not ours alone. It belongs to life itself. Humanity has preserved it, and now it is time we learn from them. He gestured toward Adam. Human, you have risked yourself for one of our own. Your people are far away, but your spirit has reached us. What is your wish? Adam took a deep breath. He could ask for wealth, knowledge, influence, but none of that mattered. He thought of Earth, of his crew, of all the lives they had touched by choosing to act with courage. I ask nothing for myself. Only this: teach us what you have learned. Let us share knowledge, so that no people, human or alien, will fall to weakness or pride again. Myra smiled, glowing softly beside him. That is the choice of a true guardian of life, she said. The High Regent bowed his head slowly. Then it is done. Humanity will not be forgotten. We will open our records, share our knowledge, and together, we will heal the wounds that time has made. A wave of whispers ran through the hall. Soldiers nodded, leaders conferred, and for the first time in centuries, the alien people felt hope as a living thing, not a memory. Adam felt Myra's hand brush his arm. Your gift is greater than life itself, she whispered. You gave more than blood. You gave trust. You gave courage. That is why the spark thrives. He looked at her, tired but proud. I only did what humans do best. We survive, we protect, and we help when we can. That is all it takes. Samir shook his head, still in disbelief. Captain, you have no idea what you have done. Entire civilizations will remember this day. Lena stepped forward, her usual confidence returning. And we did it together. Your blood helped, yes, but every choice, every action brought us here. Noah's eyes were bright with excitement. This is the story people will tell for centuries. Humanity, small but brave, saved a princess. And now, maybe, an entire race. Myra turned to the High Regent, her voice strong. We owe our lives to humanity. We will honor their courage and wisdom. And we will not let the spark fade again. Together, we will restore what was lost. The elder nodded, eyes glistening with emotion. Let the record show that this human, Adam of Earth, and his crew, have changed the course of history. Their bravery will echo across the stars. Outside the hall, the viewports of the alien capital revealed a world still scarred by time, yet alive with beauty. Towers of crystal reflected the sunlight of their star, rivers shimmered like flowing silver, and forests stretched across distant plains. Myra's people had much to rebuild, but now, with hope restored, their future seemed possible. Adam felt the weight of the journey lift slightly. He looked at his crew, each of them smiling despite exhaustion. "We did it," he said simply. Lena shook her head with a small laugh. "I still cannot believe it. We went out there to explore, and we ended up changing history." Samir gave a rare grin. "And to think, it all started with a decision to help someone in need. That's human for you." Noah's excitement was barely contained. "I will tell everyone I know that humans can carry the spark. That our courage matters, even in the darkest places." Myra approached Adam, her glow gentle now, peaceful. "You saved me, Captain. You saved more than me. You saved the future. Humanity will always have a place in our hearts." Adam nodded. "And you will always have a place in ours, Myra. Whatever comes, we will not forget this moment. We will carry it with us, and we will honor it with every choice we make." The High Regent stepped forward one last time. "The spark is no longer ours alone, nor yours alone. It belongs to life. To courage. To those who dare to act with heart. Let this be the first day of a new era, one where we stand together, humans and my people, across the stars." A soft light filled the hall, not from the crystal, but from the feeling that something new had begun. Adam felt it in his chest, a warmth, a quiet certainty. They had faced the impossible and chosen courage. They had given more than blood, more than strength, more than knowledge. They had given hope. Myra turned to her people, raising her hands. "Let all who hear this know that life can be restored. That courage, trust, and sacrifice are the true powers of the universe. And that humanity has shown us the way." The crowd bowed deeply. Soldiers lowered their heads, leaders whispered promises, and the spark pulsed faintly, alive in more than one body, in more than one heart. Adam looked at his crew one last time before returning to the Aurora. The journey home would be long, but they carried with them a story that would never fade. They had given life, hope, and courage to a people thought lost to history. And in the quiet hum of the ship, Adam whispered to himself, "Humanity, we are small, but we are enough." The stars stretched before them, endless and bright. And among them, hope now burned with a light stronger than any weapon, stronger than any empire. The outcome had defied all logic, yet it was simple. Humanity had chosen to act, and by doing so, they had changed the fate of two worlds.